everybody. Welcome back to the 801 Diaries podcast. I'm Emily.
And I'm Abby.
Abby, how was your week?
It was good. It was a good week. We had a fun weekend.
Yes, we did. We need to go into that.
So we'll just talk about that. We had one of our best friends' bachelorette weekend this weekend.
Yep.
And it was so much fun.
It was so fun.
So fun. So fun celebrating her. She's the best.
So relaxing.
Yes.
Just like...
Such a good time.
Yeah. We went down to St. George and it's just so nice down there. It's so relaxing.
Nice. It is so nice. The heat in the pool is all I need to be a happy girl.
The pool was so nice.
And it was so nice.
Like,
it was so nice.
I don't know if it was just like, I mean, it was like 106 degrees.
Glorious.
Which is too hot. But the pool was nice. So
the pool is 95 degrees. So about 10 degrees cooler, which is perfect.
So it felt really nice. And it was super fun. Got wildly sunburnt. I did, as the resident sun allergist.
You didn't get as sunburned as we thought you were going to, though.
It's because I did go inside for a while.
Yeah,
I did.
We made her take breaks.
I did take breaks. If I wouldn't have taken breaks,
it would have been Toast City.
It would have been really bad. But I did take breaks, so I went in a little bit, and yeah.
It was good. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We had one really exciting event.
Before we get to this, let's talk about dinner, because dinner was we need to talk about dinner before we get to the other one. So we went to this place called Sakura. It's a hibachi place down in St. George. It's kind of like St. George's best restaurant.
Yes.
St. George doesn't have good food.
But this restaurant would be good wherever, but it just happens to be St. George's best place.
Yeah. And so we thought it'd be really fun to do the actual hibachi. You know, normally when we go like either by ourselves or with our family, we just do like sit down, dine in. We don't really worry about it. And so we were like, let's do the hibachi. And holy cow, we
had the funniest cook or chef, whatever, in the whole entire world. He walks over and just immediately starts ragging on Emily.
He had it out for me.
He had it out for her.
And
it was so
know
funny.
What happened.
He walks over and like says something, and we all kind of like laugh and stuff. And he looks at Emily and just goes, ha 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 ha. You think it's funny? And she's like, yeah, like I'm excited.
Yes. I was like, I didn't think I was overly enthusiastic.
It was so funny. And then he makes the rice. Hands her the rice and says, 2 hands, take the rice.
And so I grab it. I have it in my hands. I'm holding it. And he sticks his stupid flipper underneath and flips the rice, the whole bowl, back at him.
Yeah, and caught it. It was so funny.
And I was just sitting there
it was
like,
so funny.
Homeboy just swiped my rice. Like, what in the world?
It was so funny.
It was insane. It was so funny. But like the whole night, he just kept like...
He was just roasting us back and forth.
Everybody. Like, Lulu is from Taiwan, and he spoke Chinese, but he was just like... He just like was roasting her in Chinese at one point.
It was so funny.
It was just so funny.
But it was funny because they do that thing where you have to catch the shrimp in your mouth.
Yeah.
And I was sitting right next to Lulu, and Lulu, like... The way he wanted us to just like tilt our head back as far as we could, open our mouth, and then he would smack it into our mouths. And Lulu was not about that. So she was like, just toss it and I'll catch it, because she's really good at that.
Yeah.
And so he kept like tossing it and missing, and then she would miss, and then he would try and get her to do it the way he wanted to, and he wouldn't. And so there was just shrimp everywhere.
Like more than normal for this kind of thing. It was so
funny. But she caught one of them. And then what did he say after?
I can't even remember.
He said something happened and he just goes, what the hell? It was so funny. We busted up laughing.
He said it so many times.
It was so funny.
After like every phrase, he would just say that, and we were laughing so hard, and it was just so funny. And then he moved to Abby, because Abby was next for the shrimp, and homeboy just hurled it into her.
And he missed. I got smacked in the face with the shrimp, and it so hard. It was so hard. Yeah. It bounced off my cheek.
So funny. Yeah.
But I got the second one that he tried,
got the second one.
It was good. It worked out.
But yeah, he did the same for me. He missed the first one. Like, it hit the corner of my mouth, and it hurt because he put his full force into it. And then finally the second one, which still hurt. Like, it hurt your throat because it was so hard going in there. And it was just so funny. And then this is so cute. So at the restaurant, they have this like robot that goes around, and it like brings out food, or it like can be programmed to sing happy birthday. And because it was her bachelorette party, they programmed it to sing shots.
Yes. That shots, the one you're thinking
The one you're thinking of.
So it comes rolling out. It's Lil Jon, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's Lil Jon.
Lil Jon busting through the crowd.
Like the whole thing. And I was like, oh my heck. It was
so funny.
And then it brings a cheesecake to Lulu.
It was really cute. It was really, really cute.
It was just so funny and so sweet. And so, yeah, it was
a lot of
hilarious.
But so we had put little pictures. So this was the next day. We had put little pictures of her fiance just around
the kitchen and living room.
Yeah. And so we were like cleaning up to leave. So we're picking them all up, you know. And Emily goes and picks up the ones we put by the stove.
Yes.
And so she's just over there collecting. And we just hear, and then she turns around and like has her hand over her mouth and is like bright-eyed. And I'm like, Emily, what's wrong? And she's not saying anything. I'm like, Emily, use your words. Like, what is wrong?
So let me tell it now from my perspective. So again, like Abby said, I'm just cleaning up the little Stevens. I'm just, pulling them off, not even thinking about anything. And I go to get this one on this pot filler that's against the wall over the stove. And as I'm doing it, I see out of the top of my eye a mouse stick its head through this knot in the wood in our hood. And I was like, there's no way that was a mouse. Mm-hmm. There's no realm of life that this is real. So she reacts. I react and I was like, because when I in the 0.3 seconds that all of this happened, I saw it and I was like, oh my heck, there's no way that's a mouse. And I looked up at the hole in there and I saw fur sticking out of it and I knew it was a mouse. And I was like, oh my gosh. So then I turned around and I genuinely didn't know what to say. I had no words. Abby's like, use your words. There were none. They didn't exist.
To be fair, Emily doesn't love bugs in general.
No.
Big problem with cockroaches, which are in mass amounts in St. George.
Yeah.
So me thinking, I bet there's just a cockroach in the stove. We hadn't cleaned up or something. So she turns around and goes, there's a mouse in the hood. And we're like, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. No, there's not. So I go walk over there. And I just see this little mouse head pop through the
hole
knot.
And then go back up.
And so now everyone is panicking.
Panicked.
Panicking.
What are you supposed to do? There is a mouse
in the ceiling.
In the hood of the stove. What in the world is this situation? Oh my gosh.
So we have sticky traps down there that go on the ground that catch the cockroaches and things like that. Yeah. And so Emily's like, Abby, go find a sticky trap.
I need a sticky trap.
We have to have something.
Because, if it falls, I can just put a sticky trap right underneath it. It will fall, it'll get caught, and then we'll be done.
We understand that's not the most humane way to deal with this, but we were panicking.
But it's also we can't get into the hood.
Yeah, if this thing comes out, it's game over for this mouse. I'm sorry. We're not participating in humanely.
Yeah, it was so bad. But I was like, there's literally nothing you can do. It was just so weird. So my whole thought of this is I'm just going to leave this sticky trap underneath the hole. So when and if it falls, it just falls into that. Maids can throw it away later. I don't need to worry about it.
You don't have to deal with it.
Done and done.
So I'm running around trying to find a sticky trap because I don't know where we keep them.
Yeah.
So I took way longer than it should have. But I finally found one, so I run over, I peel the stick off, and I give it to Emily.
And as she hands it to me, and I'm going to go set it underneath the hole, the mouse falls out.
No, so not yet.
Had it not?
So it stuck its was arms out was just hanging there. A couple, some of the other girls were like, I think it's stuck. I'm like, no, mouse can fit through teeny tiny
spots.
It's not stuck. It's just hanging out.
Yeah.
So now we're like, what do we do? This mouse is like, there's no way it's going back in.
Yeah.
Like it's just hanging there.
It's gone too far.
It's gone too far out. So Emily's kind of like back looking at us. She goes over to just set the trap underneath it because we know it's going to fall.
We know it's going to fall at this point, and it's going to be soon. So I need to get this trap set. As I'm walking over to set it, the mouse backflips out of
this hole.
Out of the hole. And
it twirled just out of this hole. It was honestly very majestic for this little mouse. It really was. But yeah, so backflips out of the hole.
Before I can get the sticky trap. So now we just have a mouse on the countertop.
Just panicked.
Just free rolling, doing its thing on the countertop. We all scream. I don't know if I screamed, quite honestly.
I honestly don't know.
I don't know.
Emily was our hero at this point in time. For someone who reacts as much as she does to cockroaches, she handled this mouse.
I know, I was doing so good. But like, I was like, okay. So then it's go time. So now I need to catch the mouse, which I only have a sticky trap. So I see it, but right behind the stove, like 2 inches of countertop between stove and wall. There's like 2 inches of countertop. So I take the sticky trap and I whack it down, thinking, because the mouse is where it is. And I was like, this is the only thing I can do is just whack this mouse with the sticky trap, get it stuck, get rid of it. Well, the mouse ran away. So then I had to unstick the sticky trap from the stove.
And these things are sticky. If you know what we're talking about, these things are sticky.
You can't. And so I was like, oh my gosh. But then now the mouse is hiding on the countertop behind the knives and like behind this cookbook we have. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I have to start moving stuff around to catch this
loose mouse that just backflipped out of the hood.
I was like, what in the world is happening right now? So I move it and I unfortunately corner the mouse and I sticky trap. I flick it down again and it catches the mouse this time. So now I have a sticky trap with a mouse hanging off the end.
A live mouse. And he was cute.
And he was really cute. This is the sad thing. I was really sad, but I didn't know what to do. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Like, genuinely, but there was no, other than just let him roam free in our house, which was not an option, we had no other choices.
And like, we didn't use a regular mouse trap, so it felt a little bit more humane, kind of. Till we get to the later bits.
I don't know.
Well, it will be more. It is more humane now.
Well, instead of a quick death, he was subject to dying of starvation on this mousetrap.
Oh, but it's gonna get worse.
Yeah, on the sticky trap.
It's getting worse.
But anyways, so Emily is holding this sticky trap with just this live mouse on the edge of it.
I'm like holding it as far out as I possibly can,
screaming at us to open the door.
To open the door to the garbage. Because I was like, we got to get this thing out. Got to throw it in the garbage can. I'm sorry, mouse, but you got to go. You got to get out of town.
So the girl who's closest to the door opens the door, and there was another door that we had to get to. So Emily's still screaming, "You got to go right."
I say, "Go right, go right, go right, go right, go right." She goes left.
She goes left, but sprints across, makes it to the door, makes it to the garbage. We throw away the poor mouse, and we say, "Here you will die."
And I'm sorry.
And we are so sorry, but we love you, but you fell out of our hood.
Yeah.
So you didn't give us many options there.
And so we're like, great, mouse saga over. Done. Well, we finished cleaning up. I go to take out the trash. What do I see has escaped off the sticky trap and is just running free on the garbage can?
Mr. Mouse.
The mouse. So this poor mouse, he's not going to die anytime soon of starvation because we definitely threw plenty of food away. So he's not going to die anytime soon. He might die of heat because
he might cook.
We might get cooked mouse. Don't like that idea.
Might die of water.
Who knows? But there's currently a cute little mouse alive in the bottom of our garbage can in St. George.
And it's really upsetting to think about and tragic.
It is. No, it's horrible.
Poor mouse. But just the absolute wild timing of this. You happened to be
right
at
there.
The stove, right where he was, right the moment he peeked out, you were like aware enough that you saw it.
Yeah. Like I don't know how that worked because truly he was going to fall out obviously like any minute it seemed like because I had heard something the night before, like rattling around. It sounded just like a tree kind of scraping on the window a little bit. And it's really windy where our house is, and so it makes sense. But then I looked outside, not windy at all. So then the next day, I was like, oh, I bet that was the mouse.
That was poor Mr. Mouse.
In the hood. And it was just like a whole thing. And I don't know how, like he was going to fall out. So if he would have fallen out and nobody saw, we would have never known.
Or if we weren't prepared for it, and we're just like in the kitchen hanging out, whatever, and a mouse just falls from the ceiling.
Or just like runs across the counter. Honestly,
again.
I think watching it just run across the counter if you're just there would have been more scary.
It would have been so traumatizing.
Because like at least with the mouse, it was up, contained, and we knew it was gonna fall. Like
we had a plan.
We knew that logically how to prepare for it coming down.
Oh, but if it was just there,
just a freewheeling mouse, oh my heck!
It was like. I really can't believe it happened.
I can't either.
I can't believe it happened. It was wild.
It was insane. Like, I just don't even know. And so, please don't ever call me to get rid of your mice.
No, one and done.
One and done. Honestly, would have been 0 and done. Would have loved that.
She was our hero, though. She was so brave.
I know. I'm really shocked. I'm quite honestly so shocked because I don't even know how I came through that one because that was mortifying.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
Yep.
So, there you go.
Survival instincts. She's got them.
I guess I do. So, I don't know. But yeah. That's
wild.
What I got for you on the mouse.
But yeah, so that's how our trip ended, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah.
Because
it was wild.
It was, but it was tons of fun. We had lots of fun. We're very excited for our friend. She's going to do so good.
It's going to be so much fun.
So excited.
So much fun.
But yeah, it was such a good time.
We didn't do this, but I'm assuming it's probably the same thing. Did you have a favorite thing this week?
It was a trip.
The trip?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, outside of the trip, I got my hair done.
That's true. And it had been a minute.
It had been so long. And don't look at it right now. It's not great.
No,
I just braided it. But, yeah, so I got my hair done finally. And so that was...
It was funny because her hair is so blonde, obviously, and her natural hair is blonde, but like it's just so blonde that when her natural hair comes in, it looks really dark.
It looks so dark.
But it had been so long that it got to the point where it didn't look that dark.
And you're like, oh yeah,
she really is blonde.
She is blonde.
She really is.
She's not quite as blonde, but honestly,
pretty blonde.
She's pretty blonde.
Yeah.
It was really interesting because I haven't let my hair grow out that long in 5-6 years or something.
Time.
So it was really interesting to see what parts grow in platinum blonde and which don't, you know?
And I feel like I noticed when you got it done a lot more this time because it'd been so long. I was like, holy cow, long. Your hair is so bright.
So bright. So bright. So it was really funny. But that was also a great thing of this week because it happened Friday, you know, Friday morning. Right before we left to St. George.
Busy.
It was a busy weekend, but it was so fun. So yeah, that was my other favorite thing besides the trip because I needed my hair done.
I get it.
So
moving on to more depressing news. Donald Sutherland died.
I am so sad.
So sad. Like I'm a lot more sad than I thought I was gonna be. I didn't consider myself like a huge Donald Sutherland fan, but I'm
sad.
I'm sad.
I didn't realize he was 88 years old.
Me neither. Absolutely.
I didn't realize
I would have given the man 72.
Yeah, like I thought he was a lot younger, and so I thought he was like. So I was really shocked to find out how old he was when he passed away. You know, obviously we're big Hunger Games gals,
so that's upsetting, but. I feel like this is more reason to put Kiefer Sutherland
I hope so. I think they
as
President Snow. I think they really could. I think it'd be really
I think it'd
great.
be a good move.
You know, I'm fully on board for that. So maybe hopefully they'll put him in, but R.I.P. to Donald Sutherland because it's sad.
Very sad.
Very sad.
He will be missed.
Yes.
R.I.P.
Yeah, so also outside of that depressing news, Inside Out 2 came out.
Yes. So I talked about it a little bit last week because I went and saw it, but we went and saw it together on Monday. So 2 days ago. Yeah. Emily has now seen it.
I have seen it.
So we are welcome to movie review time
with us. I like it.
It's movie review time with us.
It's a new segment
on the podcast.
We actually should. We should do some some movie reviews.
Yeah, because we have a lot to say. I'm very opinionated about movies.
we have talked about doing a Twilight movie review. Maybe we'll do that one of these first days.
Yeah, and then maybe Harry Potter. I don't know. I don't know. Guys, I love Harry Potter. I could talk about Harry Potter. We'd have to do one episode per podcast episode because I could talk about them forever. Anyways,
there we go. It's fine.
Back to movie review with us.
Inside Out 2.
Inside Out 2. So I've seen it twice now. You've seen it once.
I've seen it once.
What were your thoughts? I want to hear.
I really liked it. I wasn't here during Inside Out 1. Mm-hmm. So I don't have an emotional connection to it, really. Abby does.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
Yeah.
You've seen it though, right?
I've only seen it once. Like when I first got home. So
we will be having a movie night.
So this. I don't have like a ton of attachment to Inside Out. But I did really like this movie. Like, I thought it was really good. As someone who has a lot of anxiety in her life, she really related to a lot of it. And just laughed because it's just funny, like, how the emotions, like, you look at them and then you, like, look at your own life. You're like, no, that's exactly what they are. Like, how I would, if my brain was actually run like that, that's exactly what I would imagine it to be. But it was really cute. I really liked it.
I loved it. We'll talk about the first Inside Out for a minute.
Okay.
I love that movie so much. It's like probably in the top 5 favorite movies for me. I love an animated movie, but
yes,
I love that movie. And that movie makes me cry like a freaking baby every single time.
Every time.
Like whale.
Like before Abby's tender year. The only thing that could really get her to cry.
There's 2 movies that make me cry. One of them is Inside Out.
What's the other one?
A Walk to Remember. As it should be. An incredible movie.
That is so good. Movie. That's so funny.
Those are the only 2 movies that without fail, will make me cry.
I would have never thought A Walk to Remember.
I love that movie.
It's so good.
I love that movie so much.
So movie reviews.
Movie reviews with us. But Inside Out is like when Bing Bong dies, like it genuinely broke something inside of me. Like, I have never been the same. I will never be the same ever again. I love that movie. And as someone who grew up very unattached from their emotions, it makes it understandable for me. You know what I mean? Like, it makes emotions understandable for me.
I get that.
Where I have a hard time with that. So I love the first one. So when they announced they were making a second one, I was really, really excited, but I was also kind of nervous because, again, sequels are never as good as the first, unless it's Shrek.
I especially feel like animated sequels are never near. Like,
I don't know. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but Shrek 2 was better than the original Shrek.
Yes, Shrek is the exception.
Shrek is the exception. But anyways, so I was really excited when they announced this movie, and so it finally came out.
Yes,
and I thought it was so well done. I just love the idea of, like, I feel like this is a movie or like a series they could make every few years, and like we grow up with Riley.
I agree.
Because obviously your emotions get more complex and you get new emotions and like all of these things. But I think it was well done. So well done.
It really was. It was really cool. I really liked it because it was really interesting because, like, what, she's 13 in the movie or something?
13, 14.
And, like, we've all been there.
She's got to be 14, 15 because she was going into high school.
But high school in other places starts at 14, a lot of places. So she was probably 13, 14.
Okay, maybe 14.
I think they said she was 13, though. Like, I'm pretty sure they said.
Well, she was at least 13.
Yeah.
She was at least a teenager. But
so,
anyways, never mind.
Either way, minute details. But I think it's really interesting because we've all been there. Like, we've all been that 13-year-old girl who wants to fit in with the cool kids. It, like, doesn't know where her place is in life. And you're just trying to figure it out, and like it's really hard. And so I think it's a universal story that anybody can relate to, and like you know, you're trying to navigate the emotions of like how to fit in, and like what, you know, are you gonna try and be cool and create a sarcasm, or are you gonna like stay like to your little kid self, you know? And so I think it's really interesting that the situation was so painfully applicable to everybody.
Well, I remember when I was 14, 15, I remember like just having like a deep disconnect with myself. You know what I mean? Like I knew it was my like, I was like puberty or whatever was like just, I just didn't feel like myself.
Yeah.
For like 2 years. And so like to see that as a universal experience for everyone else.
Yeah.
And it's just so well done.
Yeah.
Like the movie was just so well done. It was funny, it was clever, but it was so like real.
Yeah.
I just loved it.
I thought it was really cool. I loved, you know, okay, you're in movie review time with us, so spoilers are obviously.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
We probably should have said something. Sorry. But I really liked how, you know, at the end when Joy was trying so hard to craft Riley to be just happy and all this stuff, which is great. But it was really cool to see how like Riley became more of a full person by adding in some of these negative memories. Because I think we do that subconsciously as humans, just in general, is we try to ignore all the like hard stuff and only focus on stuff that's positive, but it is those other things that do make us who we are.
Well, when you first meet Anxiety in the movie, she's just trying to help Riley, you know.
That's all she's doing the whole time.
Yeah, and it's a lot more innocent in the beginning, but
yeah.
Like she wants her to fit in, she wants her to have friends next year, like all these kinds of things, and
which are very valid.
Like,
and
we
all want that.
And you can see where it's just Joy, like things don't go well, and you know that's not what she needed for the situation she was in.
Yeah.
And Anxiety was there to help with that, and then but it was when Anxiety took over and became you know
the primary emotion. That's where it's really hard.
Where you know the things started going awry, but it was just such a good movie, and I think this will become a really important movie for like parents when they get older and like kids come of age. And like I think for me, like to see something like this when I was that age would have been extremely helpful.
Well, it would have been a great way to communicate to your parents like what you're feeling, because I mean I think when I was like 13, 14, whatever, like I for sure had tons of anxiety, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how to communicate that that's what I was feeling.
Yeah.
And so like I just think that like being able to compartmentalize that and be able to see it and understand and be able to figure out what's going on, and like, you know, if you're just bored or, you know, like you're better equipped to like explain what's going on.
Yeah.
And like parents are better equipped to ask questions, I think, to their kids.
Or to teach their kids that this is what you're experiencing.
Yeah.
It will pass. It's okay. Like I think it puts like children's feelings into perspective more, and they're able to, you know, see kind of what's going on inside of them, which is not something that, like, I think especially at that age, like you're so focused on yourself, but not in a way where you can actually see what's going on.
Exactly.
Where this helps, you know, we'll be able to give them a little bit more perspective.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's just so many like things to talk about. Like I just think it is like such a good talking thing. It'll be interesting to see how it's used later, because I feel like the first one's been used a lot. Like,
I even remember like when the first one came out, a lot of therapists came out and were like, this is exactly what we needed. Like, this is how you explain this to people. This is such a tangible way to, you know, recognize your emotions or feel your emotions. Like, it's a tangible way to explain it. And so a lot of therapists were telling their people to watch this movie.
Yeah.
Because exactly what I said, it gave them
like the words
to use to explain whatever was going on with them. So I imagine this one will be the same.
Yeah.
Where it's something even used in therapy, which is so incredible.
Well, yeah, because I mean, like, as someone who's like has spent time in therapy, like, your therapist is there to like, they understand like what you're thinking, so they're using their expertise to like pull it out of you, kind of, you know, and like they know how to ask questions to pull it out of you, even if you don't know it yourself. But I think that like things like this give parents the ability to do that.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
It's not just being left to the therapist to do whatever, you know. And so I think that that's so important because, you know, not everybody can go to therapy. Not everybody needs to go to therapy to explain like how they're feeling and whatever. But I think that the movie gives them a lot of tools that aren't just readily available to a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about the first movie, things get better because Riley starts talking about what's going on with her, you know?
Yeah.
And
that's so important.
It's just such an important lesson, I think, especially for kids going that age, to give them like a vehicle for them to understand and experience these emotions.
Yeah. I mean, I think just giving people words and like honestly just letting people know that like what's going on is a universal experience and that it's not.
Well, I think especially at that age, I mean, true for anyone, but especially at that age, you're so self-aware in such a negative way.
Yeah.
Like you're self-aware, your body's changing, you're self-aware of your body, your emotions are changing, so you're self-aware of your emotions. And like
you're in a place where you're self-aware of like who's cool and who's not, and so you're just trying so hard to fit in and make sure you're not doing anything that's weird or making you be left out. Like all you want to do is fit in.
Yeah. And so like I just think it's so important to put like, what's the word I'm looking for? Where you give human attributes to non-human things. Oh. The personification.
Yeah.
The personification of these emotions just, I don't know, at least for me, like just helped me understand them so much better and like just find ways to cope and relate.
Yeah.
And
no, I agree.
I think it's such an important movie. Such an important movie.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it's awesome. So, yeah.
So everyone go see it. It's the best movie, or box office, like money wise. It's the best movie to come out this year. It beat Dune 2. Sorry, Timmy.
Dune 2?
Dune 2.
I thought you said Dune Tune.
No, Dune 2.
And I was like, Dune Tune.
Dune 2.
It's the musical version of Dune.
No, it beat out Dune 2 for best or like most successful movie or whatever.
Amazing.
And it deserves it. So go see it if you haven't seen it.
Go see it. It's really good.
It's so good. Yeah. So good.
Big fan. So that was movie reviews with us.
That was movie reviews with us.
That's the title.
That is the title of that segment. Movie reviews with us.
I like that. One thing on a totally unserious note that we need to talk about. We need to talk about how Zac Efron has revealed on this new press tour that Bet on It was totally improvised choreography.
This just shows the absolute mastery that is the love of my life, Zac Efron. He embodied Troy Bolton.
He was Troy Bolton
so well that he could just be Troy Bolton.
He had an open, golf field? Course. I golf a lot. A golf course. And he said...
And they said,
go.
Do it.
Action.
You do what Troy Bolton would do.
And he did it flawlessly.
He delivered.
Oh my freaking heck. What a cinematic masterpiece.
Truthfully, incredible.
I can't. It's so good.
High School Musical 2 is the best High School Musical. Another sequel that was better than the original.
Yes, I
Shrek
agree.
2 and High School Musical 2.
Probably the only ones.
Tell
us if we're wrong, though. Let us know.
So, I don't even know what I was going to say.
I don't know. Something about the beauty that was Troy Bolton jumping around and
he's
splashing
incredible.
the water.
He's just, like, I'm not even kidding you guys. I love Zac Efron so much. Like, really, if I had to pick one love of my life, it's Zac Efron. I love him so much. And he just gets better and better. Oh, I just love him.
I love him. I also love that on this press junket, he said a musical is his next musical is like imminent, like it's going to happen anytime because he needs to do another one.
We need a Zac Efron musical every at least 2 years.
I need another one. I mean, his last one was freaking Greatest Showman, and that was 2017.
Way too long in between.
I need another one.
Way too long.
Put him in Wicked. I don't know.
Guys,
reshoot.
We need a Troy Bolton cameo in Wicked. That would be iconic.
And it needs to be Troy Bolton. I need Bet on It.
He can be in the back. I don't care.
Oh my god.
He needs to be in there somewhere.
He just needs to be in there. It was so good. And okay, so I was also reading, I was watching one of his like interviews where I don't know who it was with, what magazine, but they like show him clips from past movies and he like talks about the clip. He talked about Get Your Head in the Game.
I saw
Did you see this? He said they had like 2 days rehearsal, like 3 hour like 3 hours a day rehearsal for Get Your Head in the Game. And they did it all in one shot. He said he sunk those baskets every time.
He was actually shooting baskets. That was actually him. And he made them all.
He made them all. And, like, he said that when they were shooting that, and he just, like, looked around and was like, this is something cool. Like, is this movie going to be really good? Yes, it was.
Yes. An incredible movie.
So correct, Zacharias. Like, oh my freaking heck.
I just love him. I love him so much. So much. And we will not stand for any Zac Efron slander.
None.
I don't want to hear it.
Zero.
I love this man with my whole life.
He is amazing.
That's all I have to say because I love him.
Yeah, just unreal. So don't ever try to slander him because he's perfect.
He really is.
And yeah, watch out soon. I hope we get another something.
We need another musical.
High School Musical 4? I don't know.
Don't mess with perfection. Don't mess with perfection.
Just give me something. Give me something where he's singing. That's all I need. Is
I
Zac
think we
Efron
should get
to sing.
like a Greatest Showman 2.
That could be fun.
Zendaya hasn't sang in a while.
Yeah,
so
she could sing.
Let's bust her out.
Yeah, let's see how they take it on the road.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Okay. I think we'll talk to what's their names and get them writing some music for it. So
we're good.
We started the idea here, so
yeah. Copyright,
trademark.
Copyright, trademark. If you want it, you have to come pay us.
So whoever made that movie, come talk.
Zach.
So yeah, that's the Zac Efron update for the day.
Yeah, very exciting about this brand new news about Bet On It. Very exciting.
It's so good. Oh my! I need to watch High School Musical 2. I haven't watched that this summer yet.
Such a good movie.
So good. Need to watch that.
More things in the internet controversy land today. Olivia Culpo got married
to Christian McCaffrey of the 49ers.
Yes. And people have a lot to say about this wedding dress.
Yes.
Which I think is kind of funny. She wore, it was like high neck, long sleeve, big train, gown.
It was
all white.
All white. It was very, like, there was no, like, embellishment. It was designed by Dolce & Gabbana. Mm-hmm. I loved it.
I think it's a beautiful dress. I think people are more upset about her commentary on it versus the actual dress.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about her veil. Her veil was gorgeous.
I was obsessed with her veil.
So it had, like, rose detailing along the edges of it the whole way around. It was
so pretty. And the way that she also, I feel like a lot of brides aren't doing this. She had the veil, like, come over her face too. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's been lost a lot of the time. Like, you don't see that. And so it was so pretty to see it. And the way that the front of the lace laid on the dress was so pretty.
Gorgeous. Which made me happy because her dress was so plain that to have details in the veil was so pretty.
Yeah. See, I just thought it was so cool. I loved it. I loved her dress. It was something that, like, I wouldn't have picked for Olivia Culpo, but, like, oh my heck, so freaking pretty.
So pretty.
Yeah.
So pretty.
But I love it. And if she has a reason behind it that she was excited about, sounds good to me. Yeah. I don't really care what other people are mad about.
Yeah.
But
I think people just
want to be mad
too much.
I also think people just want to be mad sometimes. Yeah. And that was a good one for them to get mad at.
Yeah.
Beautiful dress.
It was very pretty.
Unreal.
She looked gorgeous.
So good.
These people who have the face structure to pull their hair totally back on their wedding
that person
could never. I'm so jealous. Her and Alex Cooper did it.
Alex Cooper's wedding.
She looked gorgeous.
Unreal. I loved it. It was so good.
If I had her bone structure, I would do that to my hair too.
And her dress.
Gorgeous.
That was
the wedding of the year, in my opinion.
I agree. That was my favorite wedding.
Because
oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I loved it so much.
So pretty. But yeah, Olivia Culpo looked very pretty, but people had things to say. As they do.
As they do.
As they always do.
Yep. And we just thought she looked pretty.
Yeah. That's as much as I want to get into it.
Yep. I agree. But yeah. Man, we covered a lot of stuff today.
We did. We kind of flew through things.
I know. I thought it was going to... I mean, We talked about Inside Out too for a long time.
We did. Well, that's because it was movie review with us.
I think we need to start doing more movie review.
I think we do. If you guys have suggestions of movies you want to hear our opinions on,
let us know. Because we have strong opinions on a lot of movies.
We do. And I'm a big movie watcher. I love a good movie.
Movies.
I like movies better than TV shows.
Agreed. That's how I feel.
But
so, send us some movies you want us to review. Because
I have a TV show question.
Yeah.
What do you think of the new Criminal Minds season?
I like it.
So we're big Criminal Minds fans.
We need to watch that tonight.
Yeah, we do. We need to watch the new episode tonight.
Last week's episode.
I know
we're a week behind.
We've
been busy. We've been too busy.
But so they've released a new episode, and it's good. I like it. I am really upset we don't have Dr. Spencer Reid back, but like I get it. But,
it sounded like he was gonna be back, but I
had my hopes high
because the strike changed like the filming schedule. Like he ended up not being able to come, but it sounded like he was gonna be back. Mm-hmm. So there's a really good chance that he could come back for the next season because they've already been picked up for season 3.
I hope so. I just love him so much. It's not the same without him.
It's not the same, but I do really like it. I feel like these, like the reboot seasons specifically, have had more of like a central storyline.
Definitely.
Versus like the other seasons, which had like some storylines that would weave in and out, you know, like.
But they were more standalone episodes. Yeah. For sure.
And I think a lot of these are standalone, but I do love the cohesion of the bigger storyline of Gold Star and stuff like that. So I really enjoy it. If Spencer was there, I think it would be perfect. I just
love Matthew Gray Gubler. I think he is hilarious. And he was so absolutely perfect for that role.
Yeah.
So I just want him back. But they are doing a great job without him.
Yeah. I think
they got everyone else.
They got so many people, and it's so fun. And it's just like, and since like they're not on cable TV, they're able to be a little bit more free with their personalities, and I think it's kind of fun. Like,
it's also a lot more gory.
It is. Wow, is it more gory? A lot more gory.
We were watching one episode and we're like, holy cow, we forgot this isn't on cable television anymore, and you can tell.
Oh my gosh, I can still see it in my brain. Oh my heck. But yeah. So I really like it.
I really like it too.
I mean, I really think the only thing missing is Spencer. Yeah. Like, other than that, I really like it.
And I mean, they were only off the air for 1 year, so it doesn't surprise me that it's, still really good.
Really,
I feel like they didn't have time to,
because that's a good
lose
show
it or whatever. It's so good. And I was really bummed when they canceled it. But I mean, they had done 15 seasons. So I wasn't like shocked, but I was bummed. So when they brought it back quick,
it was so
very
good.
Exciting. Yeah. Very, very exciting.
I agree. I really like it. So that's we can review TV shows too.
So true.
We consume a lot of media, which is
okay,
fun.
Guys. Okay, I have a task for you guys. You need to request that we review One Tree Hill so much that it gets her to watch it, because I have been trying for years, and nothing I do will get her to watch this freaking show. And I've been rewatching it, and holy cow, it's amazing, and she would love it. So I need everyone to send in a request for us to review One Tree Hill so that she will watch it.
Same for New Girl.
I will watch New Girl the minute you start watching One Tree Hill.
Because she won't watch New Girl either, and I think she would love New Girl as well.
Yeah, and I will start watching it the minute you start watching One Tree Hill.
So there we go.
I've made my deal.
Okay. We will see. If the people want me to watch One Tree Hill, I'll watch One Tree Hill.
I'm looking at you right in your eyes. I need every single person who's listening to this right now to go DM us on Instagram saying, I need you to review One Tree Hill.
If we get 20 people to do that, we will do it.
And it'll be TV show review with us.
Yes. But there has to be at least 20 people.
Yes.
So, and they need to have listened to the podcast.
So if you're passionate about One Tree Hill like I am, send this to your friends and tell them to DM us so we can get this ball rolling.
No, don't tell them to DM us. Tell them to listen to
after listening to the episode.
Tell them it's important that they listen to the entirety of the episode. And then
tell them to DM us.
Ask them how it went and say, did you DM them? And they'll say, no.
No. They'll say, yeah, because One Tree Hill is that incredible and Emily would love it so freaking much. And if she would just freaking watch it, then she would know the incredible amazingness that it is. And then I could talk to her about it.
There we go. So if 20 people can DM us.
I'm looking at you right
there.
now.
We go. So I think that's where we're at for the day.
So to DM us, follow us on Instagram, Eat Your Own Diaries podcast. Same thing on TikTok. We posted some TikToks.
We posted some TikToks about my sunburn
this weekend. So
one of them popped off a little bit. For us, it popped off a lot.
Both of them popped off.
Yeah.
One way more than the other, which is so funny.
Because it's not the one we expected to pop off either.
Well, it's the one with the more like recent sound. So it makes sense.
Okay.
It makes sense. But,
okay. I had never heard that sound before I saw the other one.
But so go give us a follow on TikTok and comment on the videos we made saying you came from this episode.
Yeah.
And subscribe on YouTube and follow us on streaming platforms. Eat Your Own Diaries.
Podcast.
I don't think it says podcast on the rest of them.
Well, on streaming, you know what it
see.
is. On Spotify, Apple, iHeart, which a surprising number of you listen on iHeart.
Yeah, let us know if you're listening on iHeart, let us know who you are, because we're so curious, because we thought iHeart was dead.
Yeah.
We're so happy to hear it's not.
But like, we thought it was dead.
So if you're listening on iHeart and you've made it this far, let us know, because I'm like, really, we're super, super curious.
Every week, there's like, sometimes there's more iHeart than Spotify, which blows our mind. So yeah, let us know.
We want to hear who it is.
We want to find out. But do you have anything else to add today, Abby?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Happy 4th.
Yeah, happy 4th of July.
If you're listening to this the day after the 4th. But I hope you had a great 4th of July. I hope it was safe.
And post all your fireworks boomerangs because
I want to see them.
I love them.
That's the best part of the 4th of July.
I don't care if people hate them. I want to see every fireworks picture, boomerang, video, everything you've got. So please.
And you know what? When you go to concerts, post your videos of them singing, because I want to hear them, because I wasn't there.
Exactly.
Anyone who shames you for that or the fireworks, get them out of your life.
Not worth it. We will be there for you.
We will be there for you.
Because we love that stuff.
We love that.
So that's all we have to say. So post your pictures. Tag us if you want. If you want us to see them,
tag us.
Tag us.
Because we freaking love fireworks and the 4th of July. So, and we love you.
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.